Yeah, I kind of messed up. I thought I ordered 3 shades, and I even swatched them yesterday, and I thought, these two look pretty similar. What is the difference? Somehow I got 2 of the same shade. So I might do a redo on this, but I have the new Gucci blushes, and I had thought that I got 3 shades. So I got Bright Coral, which is number 4, and Rosy Beige, number 5. And I also got the new Patrick Ta foundation. So this is the Creme foundation. I think he's calling it Major Skin Creme Foundation and Finishing Powder Duo. Fan, supposed to be 100 today. You know the drill. We want to get this on the face before we start sweating. But I also want to tell you a little bit about it, you guys. This is $52, so it is finishing powder and a cream foundation together, but it's not a lot of product. It's 42.42 ounce, also known as 12 grams of foundation, and 0.31 ounce, otherwise known as 1 gram of powder. By comparison, Wayne Goss, this is 1 ounce, and the Creme de Quam Balm is 0.7 ounces. So we're looking at half of this, almost half of this, for $52. You be the judge. There are 24 shades, which isn't too bad. And I broke down the shades from fair to medium, just so you have an understanding of what he did. 1, he numbered them. Really appreciate that. And 2, the colors aren't all over the place. Lately on Sephora, you're looking for a shade and you'll have a dark and a light and a dark and a light and, you know, maybe a couple of darks and a couple of lights, and you have no idea where your shade is. That's not helpful. He's done it in numerical order. So in the fair arena, there are 5 shades, 2 rose, 1 neutral, and 1 golden. In the light arena, he has 4 shades. 3 of them are golden, and 1 of them is rose. Now, some are called neutral golden, some are called warm golden, but they're golden. Then in the light medium arena, he has 4. That's more than many companies. Many times you get to the light medium range, which is what I am, and there's 1 shade or 2. There's 4. However, the undertones are olive, golden, rose, and warm olive. There is not a single neutral. And in fact, the only neutral that I saw in the entire range was in fair. And then in the medium range, 4 colors, 3 are golden and 1 is rose. So I feel like the numbering system and how he's not ignoring a certain depth of tone group is great. We'll put it on the face and see what happens, but more neutrals would be very good. Now the powder is talc, silica, mica, top 3 ingredients. Later on there's kaolin, which I wanted to call out because kaolin is a clay and I think can be very drying for some people and even aggravating for some people. So keep an eye on that. And the foundation itself looked like a ton of dimethicones. He sold a brush with this collection and I didn't buy it because, you know, stop. So I got light 3, which is golden. It is what it is. And here we have the cream, here we have the powder, there's a little shield right here, there's a mirror, of course. It is a decent size. It is something you could put in your bag, but you couldn't powder unless you had a separate powder puff or brush or beauty blender with you. So if you're going to say this is something that you can put in your bag, you need to give us maybe a little powder puff right here. I mean, I can do this with my fingers. Just saying. When I put my hands through this, this is creamy. It's hot. Okay, it's hot, but it's not hot enough. This isn't a melting point. We haven't reached 100 yet today. Very creamy and doesn't feel lightweight on the finger. And I'm wearing my Isntree today. And I think the depth of tone for me is probably not too bad, but the undertone, probably not so good. Oh, it's not scented, but I smell something. I don't know if it's the foundation or if it's the, yeah, this is really warm. If it's the powder. Even the model that I saw him working on the video that's on the Sephora site, the color he used on her didn't really match her skin tone. Her shoulders and her chest. And look, I don't want to match my shoulders and chest because they're really red, but it just kind of shouted to me, you need to make more tones. It looks nice, I think. I don't know if I got it down here. It moves easily with the fingers. The nose is a little tricky, but that's not terribly unusual. So half done, half not done. I definitely feel like the depth of tone is spot on for me. It's just the undertone is a little bit too warm for me. And the sheen is the same on each side. Actually, it might be shinier on this side. Now I'm going to take Beauty Blender and pop that in. This is, of course, a much faster application and works really well with the Beauty Blender. I might even like it better than the finger. I may as well bring a little bit down so I don't look so freaking weird. What do you think, you guys? When I look in the monitor right here, it is so obvious that this is so warm. But I have a little mirror here that only shows me from here up, so I don't see the rest of my body. And I think, well, the depth of tone seems, no, it's wrong. Let's take the powder out. This is my Wayne Goss airbrush, my favorite powder brush. Boop, boop, boop. It just, I'm going to pull you in. See how there's shine all around here? It just took out that shine. It is gone. Now this is a finishing powder, which it implies that it will leave you a very nice finish. And it also kind of implies that you're going to be doing a setting powder first. And I don't know, you guys. Does it? Let's just do half the face. This is a medium coverage foundation, which he says is buildable. You know, when you use this powder, it takes off so much of that sheen that if you miss a teeny little spot, it's going to look very strange. Like I just found a spot that I missed. It's a powder you need to put all over your face. But I don't feel like, even though there's mica in here, I don't feel like I'm getting the finish that I got in the Charlotte Tilbury powder. But the Charlotte Tilbury powder did lighten everything up a little bit, and this does not. So normally with the finishing powder you kind of buff, so I'm just taking the tip and buffing. And we went from a very shiny finish to almost matte, certainly skin-like. Half and half. Before I powder the rest, I'm going back to the Charlotte Tilbury, but this color isn't going to work. I need to find something with a little more yellow. I'm going to go in with, I think this is 260 with the Lancome. Just a touch, because it looks a little weird, right? That's better. That's better. All right, I'm going to powder the other side of my face. Face powdered, and I feel like, wow, I have a matte finish. I don't know another way to go about powdering this, as I said, because if you miss an area, it's just going to be this weird shiny piece on your skin. So I don't know, you guys. I mean, I'm not new to powder, but I feel like I went to matte. And on the video that he has on the Sephora site, she went to matte too. And I'll also say it feels a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit drying once I put this powder on. Sometimes that happens and your skin kind of acclimates after 10 minutes or so and it doesn't feel uncomfortable. But first impressions. I've mentioned in another video that I have this Chanel blush broken in a million pieces, so I can't show it. I can show you one of the pieces. Hi. It's called Tempting Beige, and it is no longer being made. And this is what Tempting Beige looks like. Gorgeous. And I have two goals, blush goals right now. I want to find something to replace this, and I also want something that's a deep, not a cherry or a berry kind of color, but if you saw my Chanel video, the lipsticks, I put the darkest one on my lips, of course, but I also put some on my cheeks, and I'm like, yes, that's the color I'm looking for. It doesn't have a blue undertone, and that's why I thought I got two dark shades from the Gucci and one coral shade. Now this was a limited edition called Ombre, which looks brown, just full out brown. But for some reason when I put it on, it doesn't look brown. There's a little bit of pinkness there, although it probably won't be in comparison to what I just did. So those are two really nice shades that I wouldn't mind finding something like. So before we swatch, let's just look at the packaging. I think Gucci does the best packaging, bar none. 100%. It's not gaudy, and it's not tired. Like, you know, Tom Ford, a little tired. He could up it a notch. Western Atelier has beautiful, beautiful packaging. But the Gucci packaging, for me, is so lovely. So this is just goes two different ways, one here, one here. It's so lovely and so vintage, which I love. It feels kind of 20s, 30s. And this packaging reminds me a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury. It's not doing it for me like so many other Gucci products do as far as packaging is concerned. It's pretty, 100%. It's elegant, 100%. See, there's a little ridge down here, a little rim. But it's not what I was hoping for, what I would expect from Gucci, just saying. And there's a mirror inside. So let us take Rosy Beige and do a little swatch. Here. I don't think it's going to be the one. It's right here. I feel this has a little more redness and this has a little bit more mauve. It kind of lies in between both of those. Picks up a lot. So I'm just going to take a little off, work it into the brush, and pat. And because this is the kind of color I wouldn't normally do, I'm doing a shape a little different. I prefer to have color on my cheeks. I feel I look strange without color in the cheeks. But this, I'm going to link right here a video I did on several shapes of blush that you probably haven't seen before and how probably two of them will work for you. But this is a triangle that I'm going for right here. Boom, boom, boom. There's a little sheen to this, I feel, or else I'm kind of taking off the powder, the Patrick Ta powder, while I'm doing this. I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush and put this on the eyes. Oh yeah, I like it there. We're going to get a look out of this. Alright, I'm wearing the Chanel Rouge Allure in Nuance. Everything will be linked below. And I feel like I might have gone a little too heavy with this. I also noticed there's a sheen coming back, and I don't know if that's because, no, there's a sheen on the forehead as well, so that's kind of interesting. I could just go over with the damp beauty blender and help this out because I think I went a little too heavy on that side. And I know that a lot of people who are my shade, my skin tone, would never look at a color like this. It's just something I'm totally craving for fall. But I kept the lip in Nuance, which has a little bit of pink. What do you guys think? For evening, I think this could work. I'm kind of digging it, actually. It's not really me, but I'm kind of digging it. And, you know, I could do bronzer if I wanted to, but I don't know. I kind of like lip, no mascara, no liner, no nothing, but definitely some cheeks. I'm kind of digging it. So what I'm going to do now is go back in with my Beauty Blender and take this off with some more foundation. And not that we're supposed to do our makeup like that, but wouldn't it be interesting to see how it works? And then I'll do the next blush color. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe we have gotten rid of it. It works. It doesn't look too terrible, but I don't know that I would leave the house with this much foundation on, because it looks like a lot. And I only did it on my cheeks where I don't have stuff going on, but right here I do have stuff going on. And yeah, the sheen is kind of coming back there as well. And I'm not digging the way this looks right here. Now the peach. The peach is lovely. We'll do a little swatch, and here's the swatch right here. I did wipe this off, and again, picks up a lot. I'm just going to work it in. And I'm going to put this where I more traditionally put my blush. You know what? This is pretty. I'm surprised. I was thinking, okay, this is going back. This is just not my thing. But it's not too orangey at all. It's not necessarily pink, but it's really lovely. Let's change the lip out. Now, yeah, this has a little bit more pop to it, which I think relates well to this cheek color. This is the Dior No Transfer lipstick. I did a video including this. It's $5.25, and I really like this color. I don't know what it is about this color. It's not red. It's almost like it's a combination between red and, I don't know, pink? I don't know, but I really like it. What do I think about this foundation? I really do not like it. This area right here, I frickin' hate the way it looks there, and I powdered it a couple of times. This area is not my happy place. Right through here looks awful on both sides. I imagine in a couple of hours it's just going to fall in these neolabial folds. Words. It has good coverage, and on smooth skin it looks beautiful, but if you don't have perfect skin, if you have stuff like this going on, it's going to emphasize that. On the forehead it's okay. I mean, did I not get this? Oh, it's just wiping off? Are you kidding? There we go. I don't like this. Nope. Looks like hell right over here. And I didn't add anything here. I think some of you might be saying, well, but you added. I only added right here. Yeah, okay. Not, oh. No. 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 This is awful. It's just coming off all together. Stop. I mean, it looks, you know, take out this part, it looks really pretty over here. But what the hell just happened around the nose? I'm not sweating yet. I mean, I will be soon, but I'm not even close to it. And I am just gonna buff this baby out. Look, I think I saved it. I think it looks very makeup-y the way I applied it. I didn't apply it any differently than I would have applied either of these. I mean, this one, you need some skills. But this one, I've done this in a beauty blender. I've done this with my fingers. It definitely has more coverage than the Wayne Goss for sure. It also feels uncomfortable. So when I powdered, I noticed that tightening feeling coming in. If you have dry skin, if you have mature skin, if you have things like this imperfection stuff, this is one I would say use with caution, approach with caution. If you are younger, or if you are one of the lucky ones who's had a facelift, or have beautiful, perfect skin and nothing, you know, no wrinkly kind of stuff going on here, then maybe, especially if you'd like a fuller coverage, because it does look nice like right here. It's a little bit of a confusing product because it matted me initially, but now it looks, oh, it's the mica. That's exactly what it looks like. I was about to say it looks like a mica dream. I'm like, well, it is a mica dream. It's a mica finish. And the colors are a problem. There is only a neutral in fair. And this for me is far, far too warm. So it would be going back anyway because the color is wrong. But I do not like the way it looks right here. This is no good. And what it did around the nose, and it still looks like crap around, I mean on the upper lip, it still looks bad. And this is a cleanly shaved face. So that shouldn't be happening. But like the nose, it looks delightful. The cheeks, it looks amazing. Even from here to here, gorgeous. This is not something for older women, in my humble opinion. I think Patrick Ta is not an artist who cares about somebody who's over 30. There you go. I really do. So, them's my review. This is a weird one, you guys. The foundation, not promising if you have imperfect skin. If I didn't have, you know, this stuff here, it looks really beautiful on the skin right here. Take a look at that. But that's not my life. That's not who I am. So for me, it's a no. That's going to wrap up today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for sitting down and experimenting with me. You know, these first impressions can be sometimes a little dicey, and I think this one was a little dicey, but it's always fun to do. And I hope you come back again. Please consider giving the video a thumbs up and smashing that subscribe button. I cannot believe I said that. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health. I don't know if you can see that rain right past where these trees stop, but I thought it was so pretty. Come on, baby.